Because when you're dealing with altars, maybe in the world she even succeeded. She was getting money. She had booze that were filling her. Okay? She was lit. But now she has encountered Jesus. So the altars in her bloodline heard word of this and they said, okay, let me see how you're going to make it in life. These ropes here represent the iron bars. So you encounter Jesus now. She doesn't know that she's tied up. The enemies from her foundation have heard what she is called to do. They saw her future. There's iron bars. They're praying the same amount of hours. Now second generation line breaker has moved all the way ahead. And here Esther is crying, Jesus, you have forgotten me. But she has no clue about deliverance. She doesn't know that if you don't pull down the altars, there is a strong man that will never, ever let you go. You say you want to have children? Let's see about that. You say you want to be a millionaire? Let's see about that. You say you want to fight and pull down? Let's see about that. You are a... So I have two examples here. We're going to have our second generation line breaker. This is her. She looks beautiful. And we have Esther, our first generation line breaker. She's the first, so she doesn't have parents that were praying. But Doyin has had parents that were praying. She grew up in a sound church. They have done deliverance, all of that. But she never really encountered God for herself. So let's say they're about the same age, maybe 20 or so. And they decide to get to know Christ for themselves. So now Doyin decides to... That distance that you see God is a just God. He said, I will restore the years that the cankerworm has eaten. You may have lost everything, but today I will restore double. I will lay a table before you in the presence of your enemies. You see that wedding that they said you wouldn't have? In a place of intimacy. I already told you what to do. So now the whole world will tune into your kingdom marriage. You see that money that those altars said you wouldn't have? The Lord knows that she is going to be the legacy. She is going to be the one to create the family lineage like these parents did. So the Holy Spirit now comes and he wraps his arm around her. At this point, she's getting to know who the Holy Spirit is. She's building intimacy with Jesus. She's looking at the promises ahead. She's wondering, okay, God, even though everybody has forgotten me, everybody keep asking me, where's your results? There are things happening to me that time. Doyin has already passed by her. At this stage, everybody's asking, where's your God? You don't pray enough. Meanwhile, Esther has been fasting dry for 30 days. Everybody's saying, oh, maybe you're not serving God the right way. She doesn't realize that every time she's moving, the strong man drag her back. So maybe she now got to a place where, okay, let's make her make a little bit of progress. She finds a man of her dreams. It's time to get married. But there's a bronze gate in her blood. She is no longer fighting to begin to meet with the standards of people. She has understood her assignment. So at this point, she is at the posture of surrender. She begins to go through all the principles that I'm going to teach today. Your captivity is not captivity, it's for a divine purpose. You are a first generation line breaker. I pray that your children, as a first generation line breaker, will align to Christ and continue the legacy that God is using you to build.